Libra, your November 2024 reading coming up. I don't know if you know this or not, but you're inching even closer to overcoming a huge karmic cycle. And I'm not just talking about the fact that Pluto is leaving Capricorn, so that means that your Libra placements won't be getting such an intense square aspect from Pluto anymore. But at the same time, as Pluto moves into air sign Aquarius and the south node of the karmic past is in your sign, air sign Libra, you're getting closer and closer to a trine, a very favorable, harmonious aspect between the south node of the karmic past and Pluto, which is all about regeneration and a rebirth. That's going to come into exactitude more so December and January, but come the 19th of November, you're a significant degree closer to that happening. With Pluto in the south node, every degree, every minute counts, believe me. Let's have a look at what's coming through on the tarot for you this month. I'm a Libra rising. I'm definitely excited for that trine to take place from my first house to my fifth house. Should be nice. The Nine of Wands, the King of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. A couple of kings so far, a lot of determination, a lot of mastery, a lot of stamina in this reading so far. 10 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, new beginnings. There's you in the Justice card, Aquarius, in the King of Swords, like we spoke about Pluto moving into Aquarius. 5 of Pentacles in reverse, Judgment, Mr. Pluto themselves in the tarot, Judgment card. And the 7 of Cups in reverse. A lot to chew on here, Libra, so let me get into it card by card. At the moment, you seem to be in a not safeguarding energy, but you really want to make sure that you're keeping sacred or being careful or taking good care of what's important to you. That could be people, nurturing and pouring into the relationships that fill your cup too. The King of Cups is here. I get the impression, Libra, that you are really pouring in to relationships and maintaining and minding and sustaining relationships that really make you feel seen and understood, and really like the depths of your soul are able to be laid bare here. The 9 of Wands is a trace of defensiveness at time. So think about this, Libra. Are there relationships that you're no longer, at the bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups in the reversal, that you're no longer interested in expanding on anymore? Are there relationships or situationships or even tests of, like, you know, emotional labor with these people, or even physical labor, like, you know, is it worth it? Do you get paid enough for this? Do you feel energized by this? To me, it seems like there are situations that you are feeling the urge to withdraw from now, to savor and just to really protect your divine and very precious, special energy that you have going for you now, of course, but you know, always too. So that just tells me that you're feeling like pulling back a little bit. A lot of you are in search of new kinds of relationships, not just romantic by any means, but community, like-minded people, maybe people that you study with or learn with, maybe people that you instruct or are taught by. The 10 of Cups suggests that you have a lot of relationships and people in your life that, sure, they feel like family, or maybe they are family and you are related to these people, but for whatever reason, there are certain relationships in your life. There's nothing wrong. There's no conflict here. There's nothing malicious or there's nothing bad intentioned here. But I get the impression that you're not really interested in expanding on those anymore. You just don't have the energy to pour into certain relationships anymore I don't see hard feelings here, but I get the sense that on a soul level with the Justice card, which is Libra energy, but it's all about relationships and soul contracts, the way that this is here in the highest self position, it makes me think that on a soul level, you're looking for different kinds of alignments and different kinds of contracts, okay? So other than that, a lot of you could be endurance training at the moment, working really hard, pushing your body to its physical limits and limitations, and all the while seeing how strong you are. You're taking on an awful lot. The Nine of Wands is the centermost card, so you're in an energy currently of holding a lot, of sustaining and maintaining, of juggling a lot. Yes, we've got a lot of balls in the air, Libra, and you are you're managing this. You know, you make it look very graceful and easy, and maybe it is. Just know that I see you've got a lot going on, you're juggling a lot, you're keeping it all afloat, you're doing the right thing. If that's what this reading might want to reinforce, Justice card, ethical, moral, with the King of Cups, there is an emotional attunement here to not only doing the right thing because it's good for your conscience, but doing the right thing because you want to, because of the love you have in your heart for this situation, for this person, or for this family, friendship, whatever it may be. You've had to make decisions here, Libra. The King of Swords and the subconscious, you know, it does seem like at the moment as you watch this video, you have a choice to make, and the Two of Pentacles is about that weighing up and back and forward. I'm sure you're doing all of the pros and the cons and sort of like putting a foot into each sort of laneway, or, you know, trying on shoes from, putting yourself in the other person's shoes, but also I feel like you're imagining yourself if you do X or Y or Z. Now, subconsciously, the King of Swords is a lot more decisive than the conscious Two of Pentacles. There is an inner voice from within telling you, actually kind of urging you or being a little more strict with you and saying, Libra, you've got to make this choice. And it's going to be a choice, I think, with Justice card here. Both of these cards really have a sort of feel of like consequence. More so Justice card, it's very karmic in nature. We make a series of choices or decisions that can't always just be backed out from. That's not to sound like a looming dooming threat or anything. All it means is that use your discernment, because the choices you make, you want to be happy with them. I get that there is a lot to think about here, and that there are consequences, so you are trying to take your time, and I think that's really wise. The King of Swords, once they kind of make up their mind, they're not really budging, I wouldn't say. Now, another situation here with the Seven of Cups as the outcome in reversal. Upright, this is all about illusion and having too many choices in front of you and not knowing what's going on, or just not knowing, just not getting it. And maybe you felt like you don't have all the answers, people can't give you all the answers, so there is information or context missing from the equation. By the end of November, the Seven of Cups reverses, and this shows that you're landing on an option or making that decision and sticking with it, and the consequences play out in such a way that is meant to be for you in this time in your life. And I think it feels good. It feels at least a lot less confusing. Okay. In terms of romantic relationships, I know this is not going to apply to everybody. I'll keep it brief. And maybe before I do that, if you are interested in looking into relationships a little deeper, I'll leave a link to an extended version of this reading down below where I go even deeper. The same place that you find that, you'll find a relationship reading for your sign, and you'll also find a 6-month overview, bringing you from November all the way through to April of next year. So that's going to be all linked below. If that's something you want to check out, I recommend. Anyway, the King of Cups, I got to talk about the relationship you have with this significant other. Why do you feel on guard? Why do you feel like you have to not sneak around or play a game, but there is something about you having to maintain some sort of smoke and mirrors with this person. I don't know if you're fully able to let your guard down or be truly vulnerable with this person. I think they can handle it. I think the King of Cups, if that's who you're with, I think that they have seen a lot worse, or they have got some sort of, like, they might have gotten to the bottom of some of their stuff, and there is a bottom eventually, and they probably have reached that or found their way there, and that's why they have this sort of space to hold for you. And I think you can let your guard down there, Libra. I know you're toying with that idea, okay? Recently, you've been in a period of emotional prosperity. It seems like all your connections to your family and friends have reached a point of satiation. So that makes me think that it's not that there's any bad intention or ill will between you and anybody else. It's more so that they've reached their culmination in terms of, like, where you're back to just talking about old times. Nothing wrong with that. It's actually really just comforting, and it's good, you know, soup for the soul, or it's warming. And that's why I don't mean that these connections are dying out or severing or anything like that. It's just that you've poured in all that you can into certain relationships, and they've been blessed on account of that. And now there is a soul longing for many of you to find other sorts of connections that match, that inspire the new version of yourself, at least the person that you're becoming. The Page of Pentacles. Prepare for new experiences this month, Libra. From that full moon, at least, maybe even before that full moon, you know, from the 13th, 14th, but definitely from 15th, 16th, 17th of the month onwards, Page of Pentacles come into play. And this is all about learning something new, trying out something new, going to a different place, or adopting a new style. This is about kind of dipping your toe in and seeing if you like it and figuring things out as you go. Compared to the masterful energy that I see around you currently and subconsciously, the Kings tell me that you are in a point of emotional stability, as well as the strength of your mind and your decision making. You are really, as I record this today, I won't be uploading it today rather, but today is the 1st of November, and today is the day of the Scorpio new moon, and it's a very deep, profound and unburdening new moon. So at the beginning of the month, Libra, you are being unburdened, but some of this looks like having to make a decision on something that has been really profound, right? And it hasn't just been like, oh, let me just like flip this coin here and I'll land on option A or option B. There's a lot at stake. There is important dynamics, and you've been very masterful and dependable and very much a leader in this, right? So at this point, your soul is like, okay, I'm ready to let somebody else lead and make some decisions and call the shots. Show me around, take me out, bring me here, and open my mind, right? Whet my appetite. That's the kind of energy from the middle part of November onwards. You make your decision closer to the start of the month. The consequences play out. The song will play, the note will play, whatever it is that is going to happen is going to happen. The inevitable unfolds, and by the end of November, a lot of the fat has been trimmed off this, so to speak, and you're left with something that you can really say, I'm happy to roll with that. Where do I sign? Okay, the Seven of Cups in the reversal just breaks through so much of the extra fog and the lack of clarity, and truly all of these Seven Cups are filled with something, a kind of illusionary or surface level success, or even superficial. So you may not have actually wanted to rush into choosing any of them, because if there was an inevitable quality to the consequences of your choice, you want to make sure it's something that you're really committed to, or at least you can look back on this without feeling any sense of regret or ever wishing or wondering, what if I had have done that? You know, that kind of a sense. Some of you are going to be enrolling in a class, a module, or taking on some sort of a body of study. Others of you are just going to be looking into or researching where you're going to be signing up next year, next semester, what's going to be happening next for you in terms of where you'll be pouring your focus. Some of you are going to be taking on a role that's a little bit more novice, or maybe you get promoted and you're the new person on the team and things like that. So you're kind of learning as you go. The Justice card here in the highest self position is telling me that one way or another, you've got to trust in the choices you're making. I know that they're really important to you, Libra, and you're not going to be steered wrong here. This tells me that you've been weighing this up for such a long time now, and you're going to be able to do the right thing when I see that in reverse. In the environment, the Five of Pentacles is here in reverse. I like it more than the Five of Pentacles upright. Plus, it's your environment, so it might not be directly linked to you, but people are kind of like adhering to a little bit of lack mindset around you, and that happens, you know, that's pretty normal. But the whole thing is that you're not into it, and you're really trying to cultivate like more gratitude and surround yourself with people that feel grateful, and also inspire people that feel passionate and kind of ignite passion within you. You're not really here for the negativity or the naysayers this month, and you know what, you're entitled to have those boundaries, you know. The Five of Pentacles in the reversal tells me a lot of you might actually be coming out of financial difficulty or some sort of a lack mindset yourself this month, and whatever comes through for you from the external or from the environment helps you to see the options that you have in front of you. The Four of Cups also in reverse at the bottom of the deck. That's another really good motif here, you know. Upright, this person doesn't see what's available to them that could be helpful or useful. In the reversal, now they're becoming awake or aware to what is there for the taking, and you probably are starting to see in November that you have more resources available to you, more friends, more allies, more skills, and more time than you thought you did before to make a change, to make something happen for yourself. Well, I know the Judgment card will be diving way into this in the extended for sure, because it's Pluto here. I mentioned that Pluto will trine the South Node in your sign closer to the end of the year, but because Pluto moves to 0 degree Aquarius this month, for the next 20 years, Pluto's going to be in Aquarius, so it's freaking huge. To me, this is just telling me that you're getting one step closer to complete unburden, to completely purging and breaking free from something that you have never thought would be possible. That's how Pluto can seem. Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. This might be so apparent to you for the last decade or more that it might not be quite as long as that, but it's certainly a cycle that has gripped you for a part of your life, a concern, a wound, an area of your psyche that you hope one day to improve on. Well, November is a time where that becomes even closer to being the reality, and a lot becomes clear at the end of the month for you. I'm going to be going deeper for longer on the extended part of this reading, which I'm going to get to right now. But if this is all you're sticking around for, thank you so much for watching and joining me. I will speak to you real soon. Bye, Libra.